Very nice. Very nice.
We're almost normal. Almost.
Jennifer.
Hey.
Oh, we got some of the students on here too. Hey, y'all.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
All righty, we'll give it 2 more minutes. 44 participants. Hello, attendees. Wow. That's amazing. We've never had this much staff attend.
It looks like there's 22 panelists and 23 attendees.
Yeah, and most of them are staff.
Is David on yet?
Yep,
No, okay.
he's the one with the least hair.
She might have been blinded by the glare.
No, you don't look too shiny today. Where's McKay?
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
I know,
I'm here. I'm taking a phone call. I'm multitasking.
Oh, really? You got someone to talk to besides us? How can that be? How can that be?
Tell her who it is.
It's JD.
Why can I hear JD?
Yeah, there he is on the phone.
Oh,
Back with
he's
y'all in a
on
sec.
speakerphone. Come here, Olive. Come say hi. No, it's not happening. I'll be able to hear. Uh-oh.
Hey, Luella.
Hi, Jane. How are you?
Good.
Hello, well.
Say hi. Come here. This is my dog, Olive.
Hey, Olive.
Isn't she cute?
She is.
She's the best.
How old is she?
She's around 4 or 5. She's a pound puppy. She was a breeder dog, and then they did.
I was about to say, that's not the same dog I know.
No, this is
How long will she be home?
I'm not really clear, but a couple of days. But they're on. They can't really go far due to COVID
Right. Okay.
because they're all on lockdown. Did we have a way to put the agenda in the chat? Especially the new one that I just got. Jeff, anyone?
I don't know. Jan did it last. I don't know how he did it exactly, but we can. It's posted online, so I guess.
Oh yeah, can you put the link? Can you put the link? Even the new one that
One sec. Keep talking.
that Janet sent out at 4:14. All righty, everybody ready? While Jeff finds that.
Janet, I'm sorry.
I hear you talking to Janet, Jeff. All right. Jeff, you got your flag ready? There we go. All right, pledge allegiance, my friends.
Have you let everybody in?
Yeah, they don't come in. They're in the attendee part. Ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of
The United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God,
Indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
All righty. Thank you very much. Mr. Cuff, you have roll call? All right.
Jeff, you're muted.
Jeff? Jeff, you're muted.
I got it. I was trying to do 3 things at once. I apologize.
That's all right.
Okay, Ms. Boykins.
Present.
You can wave your hand. I'll see you. Mr. Callahan,
Here.
Ms. Hopkins,
Here.
Ms. Richardson,
Here.
Ms. Ivory,
Here.
Mr. Tong,
Present.
Mr. Wright,
Here.
Ms. Hoff,
Present.
and I have Ms. Stewart,
Here.
Ms. Tong,
Here.
and Mr. Vandy.
Here.
Okay, we're in full tilt.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Cuff. I have a motion to fill a school board vacancy. School board directors were sent the resume this morning, an application to appoint Valerie Cook Henry as a member of the William Penn School District Board of School Directors to represent Yaden Borough Region 9. This term shall expire December 4th, 2021. This is to fill Ms. Phillips' spot. Any questions?
Well, someone needs to make the motion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I get a move and a second?
So moved.
So second.
Always say so move.
Great.
And you will also have to open this up to public comment since we haven't gotten to that section of the agenda yet.
Great. So first, school board directors, any questions, concerns, or comments? Hearing none. Attendees, any comments on this replacement? You can just raise your hand and we can let you talk. Ms. Ambrose? Ms. Ambrose, I think you can talk now.
Yeah, yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I would like to say that I think that Ms. Cook would be an excellent candidate. I know Ms. Cook from undergrad, and I didn't know she was interested. So I'm glad that she's interested, and I think she'd be a nice addition.
Great, thank you, Ms. Ambrose.
Opposing organization, but I think she'd be a great pick.
Great. She's currently retired, just FYI.
Yes.
Anyone else in the attendees have a question, want to raise their hand? All right, hearing none. Jeff, can you call the vote?
Sorry, got a lock on. Ms. Boykins,
Yes.
Mr. Callahan,
Yes.
Ms. Ivory,
Yes.
Ms. Richardson,
Yes.
Mr. Tong,
Yes.
Mr. Wright,
Yes.
Ms. Hopkins,
Yes.
Ms. Hoff.
Yes.
Okay, unanimous. You have 8 votes. Unanimous.
Great, congratulations, Ms. Henry. Because we're in COVID, Jeff and Pam will get her, what is that called? Sworn in, and she will be at our next meeting. We'll get contact information, and anyone that wants to reach out may.
Correct.
Of course. Comments and announcements by board president. I'm just eternally grateful for our staff and them hanging in there. I know flipping to distant learning overnight was not easy and not fun. And I super appreciate everyone's efforts in this matter. That's all for me. Ms. Harbert, Superintendent's Report.
Thank you, Ms. Hoff. I will make my report brief this evening also. First, who knew this is where we would be with educating our students, preparing for closing of schools, and then wondering how we would open schools next year in the fall. I wish to show my appreciation to the school board directors for having the vision to bring on the new superintendent 6 weeks prior to my official retiring. Dr. B. Coates and I have worked together for a week, and because our parents, staff, and communities need to know, we have begun the discussions regarding the various options of reopening our schools in the fall. As we begin to consider reopening, there are multiple factors that there needs to be considered on a variety of levels. Everything from health and nutrition and safety, including our social emotional health and trauma-informed instruction, to operational aspects like transportation. How many kids can we put on a seat on the bus? And how many kids can you fit in a room and follow social distancing guidelines? Our planning process will include setting up task teams to work with the various scenarios of reopening our schools in the fall and determine the feasibility of us being able to implement one of those. Our task teams will need to include our food, maintenance, and transportation vendors. Internally, we will need to determine staffing needs, business operations, and most importantly, we will need to look at our curriculum, instructional practices, assessment of students social emotional learning, and special education. If you are interested in participating, please reach out to our office and let Mary Ellen know. At the June board meeting, we hope to have more concrete information to share with our staff and communities. So therefore, back to my original comment, it is great to have Dr. B. Coates on board to work as partners in determining the William Penn plan. Thank you, school board directors, staff, and community for your support during these difficult times. Thank you, Ms. Hoff.
Thank you, Ms. Harbert. May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So move.
Second.
Any questions on the agenda? Hearing none, all those in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone against? A motion to approve the minutes from the business meeting of April 27th, 2020.
So move.
Second.
Any comments or questions on those minutes from the Board of School Board Directors? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone against? Hey guys, you really got to say aye, unless we'll do roll calls for everything. Okay. Motion to approve the minutes from the committee meeting of the whole, May 18th, 2020.
So move.
Second.
Any questions from the Board of School Board Directors? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone against? Thank you. Remarks by student representatives, the best part of our day. Now, Sharif, Ms. Stewart, first, please.
Hi, everyone. I want to start by giving a thank you to the board for how quickly they came up with a plan that enables students to learn from home. It was certainly not an easy thing to do, and we are all trying to adapt as best we can. With that being said, last week I sent out a survey on distance learning for students to complete. I got a pretty good amount of feedback, and the one main thing that kept popping up was communication. With the year coming to an end now, it's extremely important for students to be aware of all the changes and how things will proceed into next year. Many are unaware of simple things such as when school ends. And so it is my hope that soon there will be some sort of clear path of communication between students and educators to bridge that gap, even if it's just words of reassurance. Tonight is also my last night as a student representative. And so I'd like to personally thank each and every one of you for the opportunity and major responsibility you allowed me to undertake. These 3 years, they really flew by. And there's so much more that I like to do for my community and for those who are coming after me. And that will always be a part of who I am. So thank you for guiding me onto that path. I hope I've made a difference. Thank you.
Cherie, we will miss you. And I hope see you next year. And let's get you into Johns Hopkins, okay? All right, Ms. Tong.
Good evening. I would like to talk about the Keystones. They were canceled for this year, but I would like to ask for an update whether we'll be taking them next year or if they're just going to exclude the class of 2022 for the English and biology Keystones. Like,
So Caitlin,
yeah,
they're still figuring that out. There's no answer to that question yet. but I was on a call with board leaders today, and there's some information I sent to Dr. Lee this morning, but it's not firm yet, unfortunately. And I'm
All right.
sorry I cut you off there.
Oh, no, you're fine. We will be getting letters in the mail if once we get this information, though, or how are we gonna? Okay.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Caitlin, once we have an answer, I'm sure Dr. Lee will include that in her letter that she mails home over the summer.
All right. Thank you.
Caitlin, the adults that are making decisions at the top about testing are a mess. Mr. Vandy, how are you today?
I'm doing good.
It's your turn.
So the only thing I'd like to say, I guess the only thing I have to say is just to congratulate all the students who are like just working during this time, working at home, trying to get everything turned in, different due dates. I just want to like congratulate everyone. I know students all over the district are working hard, so that's the only thing I have to say.
Thank you, Mr. Vandy. Students, thanks for being here tonight. It helps us adults with being normal. No special awards. Any public comment regarding agenda items? You can just raise your hand and we'll let you speak. That is for you attendees. Anyone? All right, well, if you think of a question, just put it in the chat and we will absolutely get you an answer as soon as possible. Sorry. Any communications, Mr. Cuff?
There are no communications.
All right, committee reports. Community relations, informational item A1, 2019-2020 and 2020-21 calendars. A2, free lunch for children and teens. That is any school age child that lives in our district does not have to attend William Penn schools. Those will continue until further notice, with the exception. Jane, when does no lunch on Fridays start? Is that the end of June?
I would say that we'll start it over the summer, just like when we do our summer feedings. So
okay, so 5 days a week until that point.
Right.
Okay. A3, staff members to receive Making a Difference Award. Congratulations, Mrs. Sandra Blackwell and Mr. Jermiel Bishop, each nominated by their principals. Congratulations. A4, Darby Libraries NASA at My Library online workshop. A5, Tech Girls free virtual tech workshops for May 2020. And summer office hours Monday through Thursday and closed on Friday. I'm sorry, A7, Alden student wins first place in a poster contest. Congratulations, Dallas Jones, for winning the first place award for the K to second division of the Holcomb Behavioral Health. Thank you, Miss Nicole Holden, art teacher, for supporting Dallas in their work. A8 PASR Laureate Woodson Award also goes to Sandra Blackwell and Miss Eileen Flaherty. So congratulations. A9 Upper Darby Rotary Club Student of the Year. Lo Samalu, Penwood High School senior, was selected Student of the Year by the Rotary Club of Upper Darby and Lansdowne. Congratulations, Lo. I'm sure it's just the beginning. Lo will be going to Culinary Arts and Food Service Management at Johnson & Wales in September. So congratulations. Any comments from school board directors on the community relations agenda?
Yes, ma'am. This is Joy.
So I think it's very important that, I'm sure most on this call do know, but I think it's important about the change for the last day of school for students is on June the 5th. And it was changed from June the 11th, just to put that in the minutes. And then A3, Mrs. Jovan Oates, principal of Bel Air, nominated Mrs. Blackwell, and then Mr. Joseph of Walnut Street. I didn't hear you mention the nomination of Mr. Bishop, so I just wanted to make sure that that was mentioned. There was 2 other, and I'm drawing a blank, and I hope Mr. Williams is on here, that 2 of his staff had won some awards, and I hope he's hearing it and can tell me again what those names was. I wrote it down somewhere, and I can't remember where I wrote it, but I would like to acknowledge those 2 winners of the awards that were at his school.
Great. We'll ask Mr. Williams for that. And I did
okay. I just didn't
mention
hear it. I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Bishop. I just did not do well on his first name.
Okay.
Hold on. We'll take Mr. Williams first. You can talk now, Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams?
Yes, thank you. So you mentioned both of them, Ms. Flaherty and Mr. Bishop were both announced. Thanks, Ms. Joy.
Okay, I didn't hear it, so I just want to make sure. Okay, thanks.
Ms. Oates?
Hi, I'm here. Yes.
Okay. Did you have anything to add?
I just want to thank you for acknowledging Ms. Blackwell. She is an awesome IA. I'm excited that she received both awards, and I'm grateful that she's at Bell Avenue making a difference with the children. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Oates. Ms. Stack? Ms. Stack, did you have something?
I had nothing to say. I don't know why my hand was up, but you guys can keep going.
And that sounds like Ms. Q. Okay, any comments or questions from the school board? All right, nothing to vote on, correct, David? All right, motion to approve the community relations agenda.
So moved.
We have a second?
Second.
Great. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Anyone against? Ms. Boykins, Education Committee, please.
Yes, B1, termination of homebound instruction. B2, release and settlement agreements. B3, educational-based services, emotional support services for the 2020-2021 school year. B4, Child Guidance Resource Center, revised extended school year 2020 agreement. B5, purchase of elementary K through 6 reading language arts textbooks. B6, a TSI improvement plan for Penwood High School. B7, CSI improvement plan for Penwood Middle School.
Thank you, Ms. Boykins.
And I just wanted to say thank you.
Can I get it? I just want to get a second, and then you can go into comments.
Okay.
Second.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Boykins, go ahead.
Just want to say thank you very much to Dr. Lee, also Mr. Dennelsbeck, also Ms. Quaracino. Thank you just so much, Mr. McKay and Jane and everyone that actually helped with, figuring out what type of vendor we were going to be able to, that was going to fit our needs. And then also your thorough review of the TSI plan was definitely needed, and also your CSI improvement plan as well. Dr. Lee and Mr. Dennelsbeck, you went over that very thoroughly in our last meeting, and I just want to say thank you, because the last couple of meetings definitely has helped our board greatly with understanding with the improvement plan consists of, but also Mr. McKay, your team's efforts with trying to make sure that we pick the correct material for our ELA curriculum. So I just want to say thank you very much, because I know that was a very extensive process, and it took a lot of manpower. and hours from the team. So I just want to say thank you very much.
Fantastic. Any other comments from the Board of School Board Directors?
I have a question, Jennifer. I missed the last meeting and I've missed some of the education meeting. So could you briefly enlighten me on B6 and B7? Just a brief, synopsis of how that came about and what's it all about.
Mr. McKay, you want to do a brief one? That's the ATSI and the CSI.
Sure. So the ATSI improvement plan was written in response to a designation from the state about our special ed students, their achievement and graduation rate. So we have things in place to try and support those students better and making sure that our special education students are achieving to the best that they possibly can and are successful with their graduation. B7, the CSI improvement plan, is a little deeper. It's not because of one subgroup, it is because of the school as a whole based on PSSA testing. And so in conjunction with a very strong committee from the middle school, as well as support from the state, the staff of Penwood Middle put together the comprehensive support plan. This will be year 2 of the comprehensive support designation. And they did a marvelous job, Ms. Luella, and they have a lot of instructional as well as attendance and social emotional things in place as supports for all the students at Penwood Middle School. Very, very good job in both plans.
Okay, thank you, Ms. McKay.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions from the Board of School Board Directors? All right. Motion to approve the education agenda?
You're just calling the vote.
Oh, I'm sorry. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone against? Fantastic, thank you. Mr. Wright, personnel, please.
Thank you. C1 resignation, C2 appointments. B, special education extended school year program vial 2029 to July the 30th. Occupational therapist, $30 an hour or $25 an hour for early intervention and special education compliance work. Speech therapist, $30 an hour or $25 an hour for early intervention and special education compliance work. And nurse on call, $30 an hour. C4, appointment, administrative staff, Danielle Stewart, Director of Student Service, Green Avenue Administration Building, effective June 8th, 2020. Ms. Stewart's salary would be $132,000 prorated with benefits according to Act 93 agreement. B, professional staff. C, science curriculum renewal meetings. January 2020 through June 2020, $25 an hour, Title I funding. And C5, contract of settlement, William Penn WPEA to approve a contract of settlement between William Penn School District and William Penn Education Association. The term of the agreement will be effective September the 1st, 2020 through August 31st, 2024. I would like to acknowledge members who was on the committee. I'd like for Dr. Biko to explain how the process was set up, who were members also, Mr. Conley, if he would like to make a comment, as well as the 2 members from the school board who was on the personnel who also participated.
Great. Let's do some housekeeping first. C3 was changes in assignment, and C7 is the contract settlement for WPESPA.
All right.
So may I have a second, please?
Second. Joy.
Great. Now, questions, comments from the Board of School Board Directors, please? We can start with you, Dr. B. Coates, if you like.
Sure. Good evening, board members. I just wanted to share with you that we had an inclusive process in terms of filling the position for the Director of Student Services. I do want to thank the staff who were a part of that process in terms of identifying the candidate. That was Nicole Blasey and Dr. Boyle. And I also want to thank Warren Danzenza, who assisted us from a technology standpoint. And also want to acknowledge Mr. Wright, Mr. Callahan, and Board Member Ivory. We really did appreciate and value their participation as a part of the process, which led us to identifying the candidate that is listed here in your board agenda. And I also want to thank Mr. Conley for his assistance in supporting the timeline and the process.
Thank you, Dr. B. Coates. Any participating school board directors have a comment, please?
So if not, Jennifer, I have a comment, please.
Okay. Mr. Callahan, Ms. Ivory?
Well, I have a comment.
Okay, Mr. Wright?
During this interviewing process, the first time being involved in the interviewing process, whether for principals or teachers, it was the first time in my career I heard members from the interviewing committee said, we really had fun. That was indicative of the process that was set up. And I want to, hopefully this could be the beginning of all our interviews that we participated in. Everybody had a role, everybody feels as though they were valued, and it was under leadership that was set up that Dr. Biko actually said, and hopefully this could be a model for all our interviewing process. So I want to just thank everybody who participated in this process.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. Mr. Callahan, Ms. Ivory?
I would say I just share the same sentiment. It was a great process, and I just appreciate being a part of it. So I look forward to future opportunities.
Thank you, Ms. Ivory. Mr. Callahan?
Again, I would just echo that, I thought the process was very inclusive, very well-rounded, and congratulations to the applicant.
Okay, any other school board directors have any comments on the personnel agenda?
So Jennifer, can I jump in?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Ms. Harbert.
I know there were questions about the having a nurse with ESY. I did do as was requested. I reached out to the other districts in Delaware County. Most of them are not necessarily hiring a nurse full-time, but they are going to have a nurse on call in case there is an emergency, and that's what we have on our agenda, nurse on call, or if there are IEPs where we will be working and would need a nurse to be part of that IEP team. So I just wanted to let you know that I did follow up with that.
Thank you, Ms. Harbert. Any other questions, Board of School Board Directors? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Anyone against? Hey, I want to thank the teachers for settling with us. I think it's a win-win, and I appreciate you working through a pandemic to get it done and not letting us get stopped. So my hat's off to the teachers. And thank you, WPESPA, for signing a 1 year with us to get us a little off schedule so we don't have all of our important staff renewing their contract at the same time. I see the hand risen, but we will get back to you at the end under another comment section. If you have a specific question, you can put it in chat, or we will remember to call on you. Okay, lots getting done. Thank you, team. Mr. Tong, Property Committee, please.
Property Committee. D1, Penwood High School Green Avenue stage lift. And D2, classroom doors and security additions at Alden and Park Lane Elementary Schools.
Great. May I have a second on that, please?
Second.
Any comments from the Board of School Board Directors on the property agenda?
I have a question. It's Joy. And I don't know if it's under, but would it be under this one or would it be under budget? Because in the budget, it mentions about the alarm systems being repaired, and I wanted to know, did that include maintenance of the alarm system, but I wanted to know, did that include the repair at the high school? So I didn't know if it was under property or was it under budget? Am I asking this question? I'm sorry.
It's all right, no problem. Ms. Hopkins, Jeff, you got an answer for that on it?
I'm a little, can you give me a little clarity on your question? Which alarm system are you referring to?
On the budget, on the list of bills, it mentions, I think Famco was the name of the company.
Okay.
And so I was wondering, did that price include it said it was maintenance of the alarm system, but my question was, did that include the repairs at the high school?
When you say repairs at the high school, which repairs?
I want to say back in our February, maybe March meeting, there was a few teachers that mentioned about a couple of the alarm systems or the cameras. That's what it was.
Cameras, yeah.
Cameras, I'm sorry. So I wanted to know, was that included in this system?
No, it's not. No.
Okay. Thank you.
But that was taken care of out of operating budget.
Okay. Thank you.
So that repair's been made, Jeff?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and Joy, if it's on the bill list, it's budget.
Thank you.
Sorry, I missed that. All right. Any other questions on property? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone against? Okay, that's 8-0, Jeff. Budget and Finance, E1, Treasurer's Report, E2, List of Bills, E3, Adoption of the 2020-2021 Proposed Final Budget. Motion is to adopt the William Penn School District 2021 Proposed Final Budget totaling 100 million, et cetera, in accordance with Section 687A1 of the Pennsylvania School Code, not to exceed the 3.8% index. May I have a move and a second, please?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Tong. Any questions from the Board of School Board Directors on budget?
Yes, I have a question. Will we be getting figures to what makes up this budget here?
Yes. Jeff can catch you up, and we also have a budget meeting tomorrow. I can save my lecture on why that budget meeting is immensely important that people attend it, because the bad news hasn't stopped since March 13th in regards to our budget. But yeah, we'll get you that information, Ms. Luella.
Thank you.
It should be in your packets, but we'll have Jeff get you together everything for one email. Jeff, can you do that, please?
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Great. Any questions from the Board of School Board Directors on the Budget and Finance agenda? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Anyone against? Ms. Boykins?
Yes.
Okay. Tomorrow is our budget meeting. It's really mission critical that people attend and we have a conversation about this. We're in much worse shape than we were 10 weeks ago. There's just no easy way to say it. All right, policy, Ms. Hopkins, please.
Yes, ma'am. Second reading of policies 222, Tobacco and vaping products under pupils. 323, tobacco and vaping products under employees. 707, use of school facilities under property. 805.2, school safety personnel under operations. 810.1 is transportation personnel, drug and alcohol testing under operations. 904, public attendance at school events under community. 904, attachment is public behavior at school events under community. And 918, Title I, parent and family engagement under community. And this is to approve the second reading and adoption of the district's policies and to enter such reading into the minutes.
Thank you, Ms. Hopkins. Any questions from, may I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Richardson. Any questions from the Board of School Board Directors? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone against? Thank you. Solicitors report, Mr. Khan.
Thank you. I do just want to mention one thing, as the superintendent mentioned and has come up a couple of times. Now that the district has gotten through the closure period and as we approach the end of the 1920 school year, there are many, many questions about how to open the 2021 school year. There is a statewide task force that is working on some toolkits. And one of my partners is on that task force. It involves the unions, it involves tech schools, it involves the.
So am I, Mr. Khan.
What, are you on that?
Yes, I am.
Oh, good. And last I heard, I think June 4th, June 5th was the intended target date to try and get some of that stuff out.
Yes, but I will be honest enough to say that it's not going to be mind-boggling. It's not going to be a silver bullet. It's just using common sense to say, if you're open, if you're blended, if you're closed, and doing online. I don't, at least from what I've seen, none of it is, oh my gosh, I never thought about that. But it is great to be in the room with those folks. It is the best cross-section of folks that I've seen since they've not done this before, and it's a good learning experience for me.
And I'm aware that PDE was asked to participate and declined.
Yes, that is true.
But it makes it all the more important that all those different stakeholders are trying to have the same conversation together.
Yes.
That's it for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Khan. I'm sorry, any old business, Mr. Cuff? New business, I'm sorry.
No, ma'am.
No old business, new business.
No, ma'am. Other than
One is a resolution calling for the General Assembly to provide critical support and mandate relief benefiting public schools and students. Motion is to adopt the resolution calling upon the General Assembly to prioritize public education in the Commonwealth of 2020-21 state budget and at maximum maintain the 2019-20 level of state investments for public education without reductions in basic education, special education, or other critical subsidies. Further, the William Penn School District Board of School Directors calls upon the General Assembly to provide cost savings to school districts through the approval of a permanent mandate waiver program, which would enable districts to improve instructional programs and operate in a more effective, efficient, and economical manner. May I have a move and a second, please?
So move.
Second.
Second.
Thank you, guys. Any questions from the Board of School Board Directors? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone against? Okay. Mr. Cuff, can you get that to where those resolutions go, please?
Yep.
Now reports. Mr. Wright, report from Delaware County Community College.
Thank you. Dr. Joy Black sent a letter out in regards to that there would be a freeze on 2021 semesters that no one would have to, the tuition would not be increased. There will be summer 1, May 18th, already started, is online. Summer 2 online, June 29th. It will start June 29th, and it'll be a 10% discount for a sponsoring group. And the tuition per credit will be $125 per credit. That would conclude, my report.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. Ms. Hopkins, Delaware County Intermediate Unit, please.
Yes, during our last meeting, discussion was about building repairs for the summer 2020. There was also discussion regarding purchasing of tablets for the student at the IU and at the tech schools. And then lastly, applications are still being accepted into programs, even though there is a waiting list. Those programs are such as advertising design, automotive, biomedical, building trades, carpentry, collision, computer networking, culinary arts, dental occupation, early childhood, emergency services, engineering technology, cosmetology, MIS and LIM, welding and medical careers. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Ms. Hopkins,
Yes,
Delaware County Legislative Council, we have a meeting this Saturday. I encourage all school board directors to sign up for the legislative breakfast on June 17th. It's virtual. Bring your breakfast to your computer. I always learn a lot at those things, so I encourage it. I thank you, Ms. Hopkins, for signing up, and Dr. Becoats. That's it. There's a lot to pay attention to legislatively. The state will be $5.5 billion in the hole for their, when they pass a budget in a few weeks. That will only be a 5-month budget, although it appears that will be all our money, so because we can't reopen our budgets. But they will be $5.5 billion in the hole in November, and it's not looking good, folks. So pay attention to your legislators. Please stay in touch with them. If you need help with that, please let me know. Okay, now comments from citizens regarding non-agenda items. We have one in the Q&A, Ms. Harbert. Anyone want to raise their hand in the attendee section for non-agenda items?
So Ms. Hoff, the question would probably go to Mr. Conley. It says, why has the special ed position for East Lansdowne not been filled?
We have made an offer to a candidate who had turned us down previously, so we are going to have her on next month's agenda.
Thank you. Any other questions from attendees? All right, none? Let's look every place.
I see nothing in the chat box.
Okay. All right. Next future meetings, Budget and Finance is tomorrow, 6:30 via Zoom. Again, you can get all the links to our Zoom right on our website. It's in the lower right corner, right on the calendar. You can click on any meeting and it'll take you right to the Zoom. School Climate Subcommittee meeting of the board will be held, I believe it's 4:30 on Thursday, June 4th, not 6:30. So please note that change. Next committee meeting of the whole will be held 6:30 on Monday, June 15th via Zoom. And the next business meeting of the Board of School Board Directors will be held 6:30 on Monday, June 22nd via Zoom. Budget and Finance will be posted right after this meeting is complete. Great. Anything else?
Jennifer, again, I'm sorry. What time did you say for that school climate meeting?
4:30.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? We have a panelist with a hand up.
Yeah, just one
Cherie.
question. With everything going on, this is further down the line, but where are we with the graduation project, the one we discussed implementing next year or another year coming up?
Ms.
McKay.
Harvard?
Well, and I'm gonna kind of hand that over to Mr. McKay. I think we are moving forward on the suggestion that you brought forth, Nashri, you and your team. I am so sorry that this year ended as it did, and so that we couldn't continue working with you. I know there was the group who were experimenting with it, and we truly believe what you've brought forward would be much better for our students going forth. But Mr. McKay, you want to join in?
Thanks, Ms. Harvard. Nashri, all I was going to say is I have not had the chance to reach out yet to Mr. Quartermas and Mrs. Norton to find out the direction that we should be going in. I have seen things that have been shared with me that have looked really good for us to put in place of what we've been using for the last several years. But again, I just haven't had a chance to reach out to either one of them about it, but I will.
Okay, thank you.
We did so much work, we're not dropping it now.
Okay.
Thanks for bringing us back to that, Nashri. Appreciate that. You
Can
can
we,
call us anytime.
And the rest of us get to know what you guys are talking about. So after this meeting, can somebody just shoot us the rest of the board about what you guys are talking about?
Sure can.
Do we want Nashri just to explain it very quickly?
Sure, go for it, Nashri.
Sure. So a team of students and I came up with this new project that's on the future and what that may look like for each student, because that'll be different. So the project is composed of 4 parts. The first part being a reflection essay on who you are, your goals, and your values. And then the second part is kind of taking that and volunteering in the field of your choice or shadowing someone. And then the third part is a reflection on that piece and how the experience was volunteering or shadowing. And then the fourth is where you present it to a panel of teachers or mentors. And that's kind of where we left off at.
Great. And this is to take the place of the senior project, correct?
It is. It's to take the place of the decades project that we've had in place for years.
Got it.
And what the students came up with consultation from some teachers and so on and so forth, is this is much more practical to their needs. And it really helps them explore options post-high school, opposed to the research project that they were doing. So it was a good job. Dr. Lee's on board, Ms. Harbert's on board. I said it looks great after I looked through it. And so we will continue with it. It's
Okay.
Ms. Harbert said it was unfortunate that, boom, just like everything else, that sort of got put on hold too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nashri.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Nashri.
I just had a quick question for Jane. Jane, could you just go over what exactly we're doing for our seniors for graduation this year?
So I can. It might be better if Dr. Lee actually came on, if somebody would give her the opportunity to speak. We are, tomorrow, they are handing out caps and gowns. I know that Ms. Brown and Ms. Cleveland have been working on trying to get something to recognize the students. You know, we put the senior signs out, of course. We are, I mean, this is a conversation that I would need to have with Dr. B. Coates as to whether we are even considering anything over the summer, because we are not sure how the state's going to move, if they're going to move us from yellow to green. And I also know that Ms. Brown has surveyed her senior students to ask them what their thoughts were on having a graduation. But I'm going to hand it over to Dr. Lee because she has a lot more details than I do. But thank you, Monique, for asking.
Dr. Lee?
Good evening. So we have been discussing what we want to do to honor our class of 2020, right after the school closure. So we contacted Temple to reschedule our graduation in July or August, but Temple responded that they cannot give us any date because the Leo Course Center is used as hospital for the city of Philadelphia. So we discussed to honor our graduates, walk across the stage. So we came up with a schedule, the recording of all seniors walking across the stage in the auditorium at Green Avenue campus will start on Monday, June 1st. We have an appointment for each graduate for 3 days on Monday, June 1st, Thursday, June 4th, and Friday, June 5th. Whoever cannot make their appointment, we are going to have a makeup on Monday, June 8th. Tomorrow, we are having a festive celebration to distribute caps and gowns. We invited a DJ. We have lots of volunteers to come out to cheer our seniors. We have caps and gowns for everybody. We also have a handout for some detailed instructions for them. So that's tomorrow from 10 to 1. All speeches from Ms. Harbour, myself, the guest speaker, Mr. Howard, Ms. Hoff will be recorded on Monday, June 1st. So the virtual graduation ceremony will be exactly what we usually have at Temple University. The virtual graduation will be live for our graduates. They have a code to join the virtual graduation ceremony, and they will be able to communicate with each other using the chat box at 11 o'clock on Monday, June 15th. We will post the virtual graduation on our Facebook, also the YouTube link on our district website. So all family members and community partners will be able to join our virtual graduation at the same time our graduates will join. Students will return their Chromebooks after the virtual graduation while they are getting their diplomas and returning their textbooks from Tuesday, June 16th to Friday, June 19th. Thank you. If you have any question, let me know. I can answer.
Thank you, Dr. Lee.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Ms. Boykins, did you have any further questions?
No, I was just going to say thank you, Dr. Lee, and thank you, Jean, for explaining.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, Dr. Lee. We'll be out there.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Great.
Honk a horn for me.
Any other questions? Ms. Tong, I sent the Keystone information I got this morning to your father. So get it from him, please. You'll know exactly what everyone else in the state knows.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Glad I could do it. Hearing none, all those in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone against? All right, we have 54 participants tonight for a regular old board meeting. I really appreciate everyone being here. One of the silver linings of this pandemic for me is that the participation has been off the charts. So it's super appreciated. Everyone stay well, mask your face and wash your hands, please. We have no one to waste here. Okay? Be well. See you tomorrow at budget.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Night.
Nice job, team.
Good job.
All right, how come I can't lead this meeting? Why y'all trying to hold me hostage?
We're holding you hostage, Joy.
I know. I'm hitting leave meeting, and it's still here.
Hey, Joy.
Go.
Your alter ego saying you should stay.
Is that what?
Good night, Mr. Wright.
Is that what's going on? My alter ego say I need to stay?
Be well.
No, it's not. It's you trying to keep me hostage because you miss me. That's what it is.
That's what it is, Joy.
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Take care.
Good night.